That's another thing as well, going back to your earlier question about things that attorneys and deputies make a mistake on. Gifting was the one I focused on, but another one can be paying yourself. So the temptation might be, well, look, I've, had to take a couple of weeks off work this year in total, going to appointments, and, I've lost time acting as an attorney or a deputy. I'm talking about a lay person here, so an individual. So unless the court order, the deputyship order, or the power of attorney, whichever one you're appointed under, unless they permit you to pay yourself, then you cannot do it. You can give yourself reasonable out-of-pocket expenses. So if you've used fuel to get from A to B appointments and they couldn't get there otherwise, if you've paid for taxis for them, you can reimburse yourself because that person would have paid for their own taxi getting to the appointment if they could do so. However, what people can't do is to pay themselves for their time or to give themselves a lump sum, say a particular amount, as a reflection of the work that they've put in. And a lot of attorneys in particular feel a bit aggrieved by that sometimes because of how much they put into the role and that it can actually sort of end up costing them. And that's why, again, having your document prepared by a professional who will think about that and advise the person making the LPA at the time, would you want this for your attorneys? Would you want them to be able to be paid an amount of money? If so, what sort of thing does that look like? Because then it opens that door. Whereas if it's not in the document, then there isn't anywhere really to go. And they would have to ask the court